Hi, my name is Camel Celeste. I'm a functional personal trainer, and today I'm going to show you 3 moves to open up the front of your body. If you are sitting at a desk, at your couch, studying all day, whatever the case may be, let's open everything up. During your day, most of us are kind of slumped over something that probably looks like this at our computer all day, forward head, all the stuff that we know about, right? So we're going to kind of lift everything back up, open everything back up on the front of your body, and then kind of activate some of the back of your body that is becoming a little bit weak, being constantly in a stretched position. So the first move we are going to do is going to be a modified camel. Have you sit somewhere like this, and if you are unable to get down to the ground, you can also do it off the edge of your couch. So I'm on the ground for this one, and you're going to place both feet out in front of you. Have a nice little window going through your legs. We're going to take our palms and they're going to face back. So just like this. So from here, you should already probably be feeling some tension through your bicep and maybe even through that shoulder. Now, tension is what we want. We don't want pain. If you're in pain at any point, please stop the exercise and don't continue. So both palms are facing behind us. Our chest is nice and opened. We are not slumped like this. Our spine is nice and straight. We're sitting on top of our tailbone, on top of our hip bones. And we are going to just press our chest up and through. Inhaling through our nose, exhaling through our mouth. And we are lifting that rib cage, so kind of opening up that rib cage as we're going back, and our shoulders should be down, not up by our ears as we do this. So rolled back, chest is proud, nice and open chest. And then walk your hands back just a bit more if you are not feeling this so much. And then from here, all we're going to do is flare the rib cage, pressing the chest up towards the ceiling and out towards the rest of the world. And then the head goes back. Second one is going to be a bit more of a stretch, so through our quads. And you're going to sit on top of your knees. Again, if you cannot do this, please stick to the first version. This is actual camel pose. So palms again are going to go face right back, and you should be leaning into it, something like this. Don't let your shoulders kind of sink down. Bring everything kind of in alignment. So not flaring your rib cage just yet, but definitely proud chest. So shoulders are not sunken into like this. Bring them out, and then you're gonna press forward, bringing your hips. And you have a string all the way around your hips, and it is being pulled this way. So lifting up, squeezing the glutes, and if this is how far you can get, that is perfectly okay. Don't go any further. I'm gonna go a little bit further though. And breathing, coming back down. So you should feel some glute activation here as well as you are coming up. So they're not relaxed, and I'll show you what relaxed glutes looks like. So I'm not squeezing my glutes. Can get pretty far without, and then squeezing my glutes, fully activating them. So squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. I'm not able to get as far up, and that is perfectly okay. You should also feel some tension coming through your quads or the front part of your thighs. and as well again through your bicep and then slightly through the head of your shoulder. Second thing that we're gonna do is open up the hips, open up the hip flexor right here with two separate movements. So the first one you probably are familiar with, and that's just going to be your standard hip flexor stretch. Now, again, if you cannot come down to the floor with that knee or you have any type of knee problems, you can always bring it up right here to a standing position as long as you are feeling some tension. So tucking the hips underneath, kind of activating that glute. But I'm gonna come down to the floor here. So our glutes are tucked underneath, and that is probably the number one thing that I have seen so many people in a gym space do incorrectly is they are not squeezing that back glute and tucking their hip underneath them. So right here, I'm already feeling a ton of tension from this hip flexor all the way through my quad, and that is incredibly tight for me, especially on this side. My right side is always tighter than my left side for whatever reason. And then I'm gonna have you straighten, lengthen all the way through the middle of your body. So even your head, reaching out here, kind of bring everything back and in alignment. And just a quick self-check, your ear should be right in line with that shoulder for the most part. For most people, I know everybody is unique, everybody is different. If you can't get your ear right by your shoulder, don't worry about it. Focus on the stretch here. So now that we are nice and upright and lifted, you're gonna lean back slightly. And for this might be it for some people. This might be your point where you're just like, wow, this is so intense. And for me right now, it's pretty intense. But if you can go on from this point, even with this lean back, I just want you to push yourself forward slightly without unclenching this glute. So we're going forward right here. And I want you to hold for about 15 to 30 seconds. If you are doing this weightlifting, pre-workout, I want you to kind of keep it dynamic. And so dynamic means continually moving. So you're not stuck in one place for too long. So keeping it dynamic might look like moving forward, holding for 3 seconds, and then releasing some of that tension. So this is dynamic. And then if you are not using this pre-workout, you are doing it post-workout or just kind of as an active recovery day, then I want you to actually hold here for about 30 seconds. And do this, hold for 30 seconds, anywhere from 5 to 10 holds at a time, depending on how much time you have. 3 is also good as well, whatever you can fit in. The more the better, especially if you are tighter in this hip flexor. So, and then taking this a step further, we are going to add in a bend. So glute is clenched, leaning back slightly, and we're gonna go forward slightly, and then even taking this a step further, if you're like, I am super flexible, I want you to bring that arm over your body without kind of opening up to the side. So keeping everything nice and upright, and that arm should be right in line with your ear, and we're gonna go over to the side. And like I said, this side is so tight, I can't bring my hand down to the ground. On the other side, totally possible though, and I wanted to show you my bad side just so that you guys don't think I am just a super flexible person in all different areas. I'm a normal human just like you, and I have things that are tight that I need to tend to as well. So that is number 2. And then the very last thing that we are going to do today to open up the front of your body is just a basic cobra or baby cobra. You will start by lying down, and for some of you, you might not want to get back up after a long day of work, right? So your palms are going to be right underneath your shoulders as you are down here. And then I want you to, again, not let those shoulders sink forward, kind of roll them, pick them up, and then looking not directly underneath you, but slightly forward. And you're just gonna press straight up while squeezing at the glutes. So you should feel so much activation, a nice stretch through the front of the body, through your abdomen, and also through that chest, kind of proud chest there, and then squeezing those glutes, squeezing the glutes in this pose, and maybe even adding some tension to those quads as you come up. So this is actually a full body stretch and activation right here. You should feel your back muscles so much good activation for warming up. And I am shaking here, just holding this pose, talking to you. So I'm gonna come down now. And then if you have a low back tension, low back problems, chronic low back pain, this might be a little bit too intense. So please listen to your body. Don't try to force any of these movements if you can't. So this is actually the modified version of this, is baby cobra, and you will do the same thing. Palms will go placed underneath your shoulders, and then adding some tension to the quads, squeezing at the glutes, and then using your back to kind of lift you up and supporting yourself with those palms underneath you. So your forearms are gonna stay down versus a full-on cobra, they will come up. So staying down right here, and then taking your gaze forward, and you should feel this almost right in the middle of your back, in that middle thoracic region. So from here, you should still feel a nice stretch through the front abdomen, through your chest even a little bit. I'm gonna come and bring it down. I hope these 3 different modifications and movements help you guys to kind of decompress, recover, and just kind of open everything up after a constant work day, sitting down and in a slumped over posture, and it kind of helps to center you, bring you back into alignment, literally and maybe even mentally too. I'm Camel Celeste. If you like this, please let me know by liking this video, sharing it with somebody who you know might slump at their desk and could use a little bit of restoration in their lives. Thank you so much for watching. Until the next one, bye.